Is your cleaning business having a hard time finding and keeping great cleaners? Well, you, my friend, are in the right place. But first, play that intro. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Mike Mack from the JanitorialEntrepreneur.com, and I help people start, grow, and automate wildly profitable office cleaning businesses. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 mistakes that you must avoid when hiring new cleaners for your accounts with your business. I'm also going to give you tips to attract actual superstar cleaners to not only do a good job, but to stay for the long haul. But before we begin, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because I put out new videos just like this every single Friday, and you're gonna wanna be notified when those videos drop, because they're gonna be good and they're gonna keep getting better and better. At least that's the goal. And also stick around to the very end, because I got a special announcement just for you, just you. You're not to tell anybody else. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is just between me and you. But you got to stick around to the end, because I want you to hear it. Okay, so let's get into it. This is my second office cleaning business. So this current office cleaning business, when we started it, we started to get accounts, and we started to grow really quick. And that's great. But the bittersweet thing about it was in the very beginning, it was super exciting because we were doing all the cleaning. So we were just getting great accounts. And then, in the beginning, because we were replacing our day job income, it was cool. We were just working like a night job, but, we were getting paid like bosses and cleaners at the same time. So it was working out great. But then we started to boom, and we started getting more and more clients. So I always had this limiting belief that it was such a hard thing to do, hire great people and have people that'll stick around for a while. Not to mention, a lot of what our marketing was basically telling them that the service we'll deliver is going to be superior to everybody else. Now, I had no doubts if I was doing the cleaning or, my fiance, but outside of us, I was like, oh God, are we gonna, people make it seem like it's impossible to keep cleaners. So I'm like, how can we keep them, but to also do a good job? It's never gonna happen. So it felt like we had a ceiling on how high we can grow. It felt like, all right, we're not gonna get past, $10,000 a month, because at the time that felt like the comfortable number that we could actually clean without really breaking our backs. So we reached out to a really great friend and a really close family member, and they did a great job. And so we felt like, okay, this is good. So we started getting more accounts and more accounts, and we started giving them more and more accounts. We were already at our fill. Then they've eventually reached theirs, and now it's like, oh my God, now we're still growing, and they can't take any more accounts, and we can't take any more accounts, and we can't find any cleaners. That, my friends, is because we were making 4 big mistakes at the time, and that's what this video is all about. I'm gonna show you these 4 mistakes. We're gonna get into these 4 mistakes and how to best avoid them. To fast forward today, my situation, we have rock stars galore. Every one of our accounts is cleaned by a trained, awesome superstar human being that is just incredible. Every one of them, you wish you could multiply. I'd multiply each one of them 1,000,000 times. They're not only awesome human beings, they're awesome cleaners, and they have plans to stick around. All right, so if you want to get there, let's get into these 4 mistakes right now. Okay, mistake number 1 was having a broken mindset. Now, do not roll your eyes. Oh, here comes the mindset talk. I'm serious. If you have the thought process of, it's so hard to find cleaners, nobody's gonna do it good like I can. I'm the best cleaner in the world. I get so many compliments. Nobody's gonna want to do it the way I do it. Dude, baloney, homie. That is the most untrue stuff ever. But you know what? When I believed it, it was the most true ever. Like, it was seriously the super truth. I mean, anybody that I'd ask anybody that I would ask. I would go into cleaning groups on Facebook and everything, and I would say, hey, you know, looking to hire people, and then you'd see other people who'd just be like, oh, good luck with that. You know what I mean? It's like, so I started really believing that. It was just so hard, and I couldn't do it in New York City. Why would I be able to do it in Connecticut? Why? How would that happen? When I changed how I looked at the situation, the whole situation shifted. So when Jess and myself started thinking, hey, you know what? If we continue to think like this, we're going to continue to get more of these results. All right? So instead, we said, there are great people out there. That's true. There are great people who need a job. That's true. There are great people that would benefit from a cool job, like a cleaning job. Why? Well, cleaning's cool because, like, it's one of those part-time jobs that nobody's like harping on you, like nobody's like over your shoulder like a hawk watching your every move. Well, why else is it cool? Well, cleaning's, it's a cool job because we're gonna pay well above minimum wage. That's cool. Why else is it cool? Well, you could, let's see, you could listen to books, you can listen to YouTube videos, you could listen to music and kind of get lost, you could kind of get some exercise in. You know, the more I think about it, it's kind of a cool job. That mindset shift changed everything. So if you're in this situation, you must change your mindset. Take my cues before, my thought process, and add on to that. Really think about what makes this a good thing. Why would you want this job? Why would somebody want a good cleaning job? Okay, mistake number 2 is vanilla job posting. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it's what everyone else does. It's, hey, dentist area, this much, start date now, apply below. Who's excited about that? Not me. I'm falling asleep just thinking about it. Seriously, if you have insomnia, message me below. I'll send you some of my old job postings, and then you'll be able to fall asleep like no problem. It'll be easy peasy, you know? When you do that, you're not setting yourself apart from anyone. You're not getting anyone excited. You're definitely not doing that. So what we decided to do was, how do we show off our personality to attract our people, and how do we repel people we don't want? So what we started to do is we started to make a post that, you know, that read like, you know, people who just are it's a cool hip company wrote it. And we weren't looking, for anybody who was lazy, they would read that post and say, nah, I'm not into that. For anybody who was stiff with no personality, they would read that post and say, no, I'm not into that. For anybody who was like, yeah, you know what? I don't mind a little bit of hard work. I don't mind cleaning. I can listen to my headphones. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I could do this. Oh, by the way, free Audible subscription for the cleaners. I mean, things like that. That's like a perk. It's cool. It's like, oh, this company seems like a cool company to work with. And then, wouldn't you know it, all of a sudden, our responses went from completely uninspiring applicants to super duper cool people that are just looking for a good job, just looking for something they can do on the side, something to make a little bit of extra change, pay a car note, or pay some insurance, or just to have some extra money in their pocket, you know, something that, I don't want to be hawked. I just want to kind of show up, do a good job, and go home. Boom. It was that simple. That really started pulling great people in and pushing undesirable people out. Which, guess what else it did? It saved us a lot of time. You're working with a smaller pool, but with like excellent people. That was like, so every time you get on the phone, almost every time you got on the phone, you got off the phone like, this is awesome, I love this guy, or I love this girl. This is gonna be a great fit, I could feel it already. Really sell the job. You know, don't look at it like, oh, if they need a job, they'll come apply. Hey, listen, that mindset, good luck. That's all I gotta say about that. So listen, sell the job and you will have no problem attracting great people into your company. Mistake number 3, hiring family and friends. Now, do I mean it's a mistake to ever hire your family and friends? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What is a mistake and what is a common tale is giving too much trust to your family and friends. Now, when I say trust, I don't mean they're gonna go and break in and steal stuff. That's not what I mean. I mean, you give them too much trust to get the job done correctly. Example, when we first started out with our franchise, I mean, we didn't know how to hire, we didn't know how to do anything. We were just starting, we were getting accounts. So what did we do? We just started giving accounts to family and friends. You know, hey, we're gonna train you how to do this place. And your family and friends, some of them would be like, I don't need help. Just tell me what to do, I'll do it. And we're like, okay, sounds good. And guess what? You know what? We started getting complaints and complaints and complaints. Then we would share the information, the feedback, and for some family and friends, you would share the feedback that wasn't good from the accounts. And then you kind of have like a weird thing where your friendship dynamic is kind of bumping heads with the kind of like, I'm the boss and you're the worker, or it's like I'm the employer and you're the employee, that thing. It's kind of like a weird dynamic where you don't want to be the employer, you just want to be the friend, and it's just weird. So a lot of times what will happen is, just to avoid that uncomfortable feeling, you kind of let it go. You kind of just say, hey, like, can you do this? Can you clean the bathroom a little better? And you're like, oh, I cleaned the bathroom great. I don't know what they're talking about. And you wanting to not be weird, you're just like, yeah, you're right. They're just being weird. You know what that leads you? That leads you to losing accounts. When you lose accounts, you lose money. You lose that account, that person lost that job anyway. So did it really matter if you were uncomfortable? Look, the best way to avoid that mistake is not to stop hiring friends and family. That is not an issue. What is an issue is, before you hire your friends and family, let them know that, hey, listen, we are friends, we are family, this is our relationship. But if you decide to take this job, I'm the employer. I am the boss, and I'm not coming from an ego place when I say that. I'm just coming from a place of, when I have to make sure, my job is to oversee these accounts and make sure they are taken care of. If I'm not, I have to tell you about it. If that's gonna be a problem, then I don't think we should do this. If you set up good boundaries, you will avoid that mistake. I didn't in the beginning, I do now, and I've had zero problems with any friends or family that was working for us today. Zero problems at all. Because we set up those boundaries and guidelines to where everybody is happy. Do that and you will avoid this mistake, which honestly is a very common mistake in the cleaning business world. Okay, and finally, mistake number 4 is having no system and process for recruiting, ultimately hiring and training, and then following up with quality control. When you do not have a system for that, you are asking for trouble. Like I said, there's a big difference between my current cleaning business and my first cleaning business. And, well, there's actually a lot of differences. It's a huge gap. Over there, it was chaos on that front. On this front, it is very seamless. Our hiring process, that whole process is incredibly simple. It's incredibly simple, and it constantly brings in great people. Whenever there's big accounts that come on, we don't even, no, it's all excitement. It's no longer a bittersweet feeling, because with these systems in place, we already know how the whole process goes. I already know how long it's gonna take to completely have this account off on its own with a new cleaner doing a great job at that space. Because not only do you want to get a good seamless process, you want to be able to do it in like record time, but not before the cleaner's ready. But meaning, get everything out of the way to the point where when you know you have a start date account, you want to know that this cleaner will be ready and this cleaner will only take 3 days or 4 days, or in some big spaces, maybe even 2 weeks, to really understand every facet of this account, understand what makes these people tick, understand what keeps them happy, understand what makes them miserable, meaning the accounts. When your cleaner has downloaded all that information and ready to go, you can now move on to the next account. You know, think about all of that, really put a process together, and don't worry, it's version 1. You don't need it to be perfect. They never are on the first go. Okay, so just come up with your system, and again, feel free. There's gonna be mistakes, and that's okay because it's the beginning, all right? But eventually, you're gonna get to a point where you don't even have to do that process anymore. All you have to do is hand over like a 3-sheet document to your nighttime manager, and they handle all of that for you, okay? So that is number 4. Okay, in conclusion, those are the 4 mistakes you must avoid and the tips to actually put yourself in a great position to attract, train, and just let off into the world great superstar cleaners that are gonna keep your accounts happy for months and years to come. You know, with our company, our turnover is incredibly low. We've only fired 1 person in the past 2 years. And that was somebody, honestly, that we kind of knew going in. I don't think this will be a fit, but then like maybe they will be, but they're a bit of a wild card. Unfortunately, didn't work out, but that's just 1 out of the many cleaners we have. And every day we're constantly getting more resumes and more people in, and these are just great people who are becoming family. That is a far cry from what it felt like when we had our cleaning franchise, because the people we did bring in to do the cleaning, I feel like I didn't even know them. I didn't know anything about them. I just know that guy's rich, and he said he's out of Windex, so we gotta bring Rich Windex. Okay, cool. And another thing, do not listen to all the BS out there about, oh, staffing these accounts is so hard. I'd start a cleaning business, but you can't find people in my area. Baloney, homie. I am in a very, very, very small town, and I have an abundance of cleaners, and they come from everywhere. Okay, so you don't have to live in a big city. That is an absolute lie. Immediately stop listening to anyone who tells you that, because it's no good for you. Okay, you made it. Announcement time. I still have some spots remaining for our new coaching program that's going to give you all of the skills, tactics, knowledge, coaching, accountability, everything you need to go from starting with nothing or even struggling to growing and automating a wildly profitable office cleaning business. This coaching program is brand new. We are not taking everybody, but it is going to be a smash hit. It is going to help people really crush it in 2021 and beyond. If you would like to be a part of that, if you would like to find out more about it, apply below to see if we're a good fit. And if we are, we'll jump on a 45-minute strategy call. Even if we decide not to work with each other, I'll still give you a lot of great information to really get started and to really put you on the right path to make it all happen this year. That is below. It's the first link into the description. And lastly, if you're still watching, I just want to give a personal thank you. This channel is starting to grow, and I'm super, super duper excited about it, because that means more people are getting information that has helped me so much go from struggling with my franchise to then eventually stuck at my day job just trying to get started but never making it happen, to where it is now, to where we have all of the systems and processes and people in our place, employees in our place, overseeing this cleaning machine go on its goal to well over 7 figures. That is a big goal. But in the meantime, I guess we just kind of like hang out at the house. Well, that's because of COVID though. If you're just in the process where you're just looking for information, in the description I have plenty of links. I have plenty of things just for you. I have a lot of free resources. The first thing is 7 reasons to start an office cleaning business. If you want to know exactly why you should do this, check that out. Also, my 3 secrets to building a multi-6-figure office cleaning business from scratch without cleaning. See, a lot of people get stuck doing the cleaning. I was one of them. That's because we were making certain mistakes that if you get that resource, which is absolutely free, you will no longer make those mistakes, okay? So check that out. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like the video, turn on the notifications, and if you have any comments, leave them below. I'd love to talk to you. That's it for me though. I have nothing else to share. I will see you next Friday, won't I? Right? Peace out.